Okay, the level 65 Astrologian quest is Come Rain or Shine, given to us by Jeanette Renard in our usual place in Ishgard. Here we go. While your visit fills my heart with joy, Mercy, I cannot bring myself to smile knowing that Lady Leveva is troubled so, though she should be spending these final days before the symposium placing the final touches on her address to the vault. She instead spends her time wandering about the pillars in a daze, mumbling to herself about earth, wind, and water. I fear that Kyokuho's departure has left a gap in Lady Leveva's heart that she knows not how to fill. I have tried at length to set her mind at ease, but one need not be a reader of stars to guess how well that ended. Perhaps if he spoke with her, she would finally listen to reason. Where is she? She's that way. You kind of generally want to teleport around Ishgard because getting from one level or section of a level to another is annoying. Sometimes it doesn't make sense. Or it makes sense, but like you have to go around and it sucks, so don't do it. Like I think you have to go to get here. You can't do it. You can only do this one way. I don't remember which way it is. So you have to go all the way around. I think you have to go all the way around here and then down. Like this, I think goes under. And this goes to foundation. Yeah, so you have to go all, it's stupid. So once you get the telepoints, use them. Which is pretty much true for most zones, but yeah. Here's Leveva. She's looking out kind of into the clouds below these tall towers. Cutscene. I break her out of her trance of staring off in the distance. Mercy, to what do I owe the honor? No, let me guess. Our good friend Jeanette Renard asked you to talk some sense into poor addle-pated Leveva. I nod. And, oh, goody, today I have the privilege of being lectured by both of you. And he comes into the cutscene. Why, Lady Leveva and Mercy, imagine finding you two out here this fair day. Enough with the theatrics, Johnny. I know your play here, and as I have told you time and again, I have not forgotten my duty to the Athenaeum or my obligations to the symposium. I simply need time to think, alone. To which I keep replying, why think alone when you have one of the greatest minds in the realm at your disposal? And Mercy. That's funny. She thinks about this. The greatest minds, eh? Then riddle me this. Why are the results of my reading from that day both Mercy and Kyokuho arrived still weighing on my mind? Why does it feel as if I am missing, or rather misinterpreting some devilishly important detail? Peace comes, friends are made, dangerous paths are trodden, knowledge is gained. Did that not already occur? Kyokuho and Mercy both arrive as the Dragon Song War ends. Mercy saves Kyokuho from death at the Steel Vigil, and knowledge of geomancy is shared with the Athenaeum. Yes, but what if the coming destruction told by the inverted spire was not the incident at the Citadel, but something else, something far more grave? Then that would mean that prophecies, fruit of knowledge and hope, was not Kyokuho's stories of his art, but something different, something we will only see by continuing on this perilous path. But it is truly the path that is disastrous. Sorry, but is it truly the path that is disastrous, or our decision to pursue it? My options are, at the end of the path of disaster is hope, or to seek hope would be disastrous, or a big promotion is just around the corner. If you're unfamiliar, that's probably a reference to fortune cookies and how, that's actually a pretty prominent, or it's a well-known fortune from a fortune cookie. I'm going to say to seek hope would be disastrous. An interesting, if not fairly liberal interpretation of the cards, as well as the basic rules of grammar and syntax. No, the sixth card clearly states that hope is a resulting factor of the misfortune described in the fourth and fifth cards. And I believe the disaster in question has something to do with Kyokuho's return home, if not the return itself. It could also mean that our friend is in danger. I see where you're going with this, and while I loved our red-robed ruckus rouser as much as anyone, excepting Fleuret, perhaps, a journey at this time would mean the cancellation of our symposium, and with that, any chance of the Holy See ever taking us seriously. And now you can see why I've been up here day and night biting my nails to the quick. To the quick. From I've been to the quick was all in italics, so I tried to emphasize that. I apologize. A lack of sleep can work ill on one's humors, but I think your intervention here today may have provided me a solution to our predicament. A solution that I am now kicking myself for not having come to earlier. A solution I myself proposed not days ago when deciding how I might attend Kyokuho's opening of the Sixth Heaven. Mercy will travel to Hingashi. The reading did only mention friends old and friends new. I recall nothing in there about silver-haired astrologians from Charlian. But how do you propose Mercy find our charge? The Far East is a big place. Perhaps we could write a letter. Yes, and address it to Kyokuho, Hingashi. No, you dullard. We have something far better. We have the stars, and our undying faith that they will guide us to that which we seek. Or Mercy could start her search in Kugane, the port city from which Kyokuho claimed he came, focusing on locations which serve as exceptional venues for stargazing, a pastime our friend warmed to during his stay with us. Or Mercy could... No, wait. That is actually a decent proposal. Mercy, you have your quest. May the stars guide you true. Oh, and I will expect reports. Many reports. Jeanne, let us return to the all right, maybe after a few bells rest first, she says, yawning. I give her a nod. Jeanne gives me a bow. I pat my chest at him. Leveva nods to me. They both leave the cutscene in different directions as it goes black. If you've never been to Kugane, which I think you have to in order to get this quest, but I don't know for sure. You probably do. It's generally how these things are set up. But as you can see, you can get here from Limsa La Minsa. You just go to see Kugane right here, so all the way along. So the Arcanist Guild is your closest telepoint when you're in Limsa. I'm just gonna teleport for free because Blue Mage is awesome. Teleport ticket. Teleport ticket. Alright, in Kugane. And this dude, or dudette, I don't remember, but this person is who you talk to get level 70 Tomestone of Poetics gear. Which I am all done with for every class, finally. I'm on 80. I'm spending my poetics, when I get them, just to make sure I don't cap. I'm spending them right now on weapons. And as far as 80 weapons go, I still have Sam and Bard to do. I accidentally bought the 90 ones, because I think I went to Old Charlian on accident, thinking it was the right spot, and I didn't check the level. So, yeah. Whatever, it's fine. We'll all survive. Yeah, here's the wizened elder, a person number 1 to talk to about suitable stargazing spots. Kugane is packed like a warehouse with multi-storied hostels and tea houses, so the cobbles will ne'er afford a man a decent view of the skies. No, if you want to see the heavens in all their glory, you must needs make your way up. Take this bridge behind me. There, atop that mighty span, the stars await. She faces directly west of Kugane Castle, out towards the Ruby Tide and Othard beyond. It is said her location was determined by a great geomancer who told the first Bugyo placing it there would ensure the city's prosperity for generations to come. An Ara male tells me. If you can believe anything someone mansplains to you. I'm gonna jump this bridge. Jump it. Yeah. An alluring lady searching for something. That's a dude. Oh, that's a Rogan female, sorry. My bad. So I hadn't zoomed in yet, my bad. Searching for something in the water? I don't know. When I wish to walk under the stars, I go with my promise to the Tasogare Bridge. To the Tasogare Bridge spanning yon pier. The melting of crimson into indigo is a sight you will not soon forget. I'll go back up this path. We find our third person to talk to, I believe. Udoku. If it is the stars you seek, then you need only look up. but if it is a fool you seek, one who calls himself a master of wind and water, when in fact he is nothing more than a cheat, a liar, and a disgrace to our noble profession, then perhaps you might find the rat where all rats hide, near the piers. I'm sorry. Do you have... was that all negative stuff to say about Kyokuho? Is he a liar and all that stuff? Oh, shoot. Oh, wait. Let's actually try under here first. This would be the pier, but he might be up on the bridge. Okay. Nope, there's no up there. Shoot. I think we're gonna go... Yeah. I think I probably could have got it with either set of stairs, but we're atop a tall bridge now. In the middle-ish of it, we have a destination marker. Possibly the exact middle. It's a red wooden bridge with some black horizontal parts here and there. Like every 7 planks is a black one. Our cutscene has us looking at a ship in the night sky. I see someone has taken my spot, and I may just have to slit her throat and toss her body to the tide. Says Kyokuho, joining the cutscene. Ha ha ha! I'm pulling your arm, Mercy. Or was it ear? You Westerners have such odd sayings. What brings you so far from home? Nope, I don't know. No. Yanking my chain? I don't think pulling my arm or ear is correct. Whatever. I tell him why I'm here. A path fraught with disaster, misfortune, impending doom. Yes, well, the situation may not be as encouraging as my jovial demeanor suggests. It all began several decades ago when the Bakufu decided they were opening the port to foreign trading vessels. To accommodate the influx of ships, a section of ancient coastline forest was cleared. However, doing so angered the entity who had guarded the wood for countless generations, a golden fox named Kinko. A great battle ensued, but claws and fangs were no match for cold steel. Kinko was slain and the new port completed. The fox's spirit, however, remained, spoiling our milk, withering our crops, causing storms that dashed ship after ship against our rocky cliffs. In desperation, the Bakufu turned to the land's most powerful geomancer, my great-grandfather Kazan. Kazan used the power of the sea, the skies, and the land to soothe the spirit long enough that he could erect an invisible barrier that not only protected the city, but ensured that it would prosper. At once, the fortunes of Kugane's citizenry turned. My great-grandfather was hailed as a hero, and geomancy as the savior of our nation. Within a matter of moons, the streets were lined with the stalls and tents of would-be seers, the people practically throwing coin at them for their advice and blessings. These pretenders, these charlatans, were not interested in the sacred rites passed down to my great-grandfather from his great-grandfather and his great-grandfather before him. They were not interested in maintaining the barrier that preserved Kugane's luster and drove back the powers that would see it fall. No, they were more interested in lining their pockets. And now the bonds that hold the barrier in place are about to break, and there's none left with the knowledge to mend them, the knowledge that died with the passing of my grandfather. And so I set out to convince the geomancers of Kugane that only united would we discover the means to save our fair city. That only united would we stave off the darkness and bring lasting prosperity to one and all. And that only united would my great-grandfather's legacy live on. Alas, I failed, branded a deceiver by those very men and women who had grown fat on deceit. Unable to bend the bonds myself, nor rouse my peers to action, I stood on this very bridge and thought on an answer. And then I saw it in the setting sun. My answer lay in the west. And so I packed my bags and headed to Eorzea in search of something, anything that might help me save Kugane. I believed that something astrology, but before I could be certain, I was summoned home. Thus, this you already know. I don't talk this much usually. Hold on. Since then, I have been coming here every night, hoping the stars might provide me with another revelation, but they remain silent. Mercy, the heavens speak through you. Tell me, what do they say? My options are: use geomancy to mend the barrier, use astrology to restore the barrier, solve your own problems. I don't know, dude. Astrology is not a barrier class, not a barrier healer. I'm just gonna go with geomancy. Use geomancy to mend the barrier. I admit it was a long story, but did you not hear a single thing that I even said? If I could mend the barrier myself, I wouldn't have traveled halfway across the world in the first place. Wait, but I did travel halfway across the world, and I didn't come home empty-handed. If I learned one thing while in Ishgard, it was that Western astrology is in many ways a complement to geomancy. Used together, they might just work. After all, you need only use your aspected benefic, and you can mend any injury, is that not so? Yeah, but to people? No, really, I'm genuinely asking. The lesson explaining the finer details of the star's power and how to harness it was conveniently scheduled for the day after I returned home. But you know it all. Tell me you can help repair the barrier. I nod, even though that sounds weird. Haha, I did it! Great-grandfather, I found a way to make things right. Well then, we have no time to lose. My great-grandfather created his barrier by anchoring the energies of wind, water, and earth to 4 shrines located at the north, east, south, and west ends of the city. It is there the bonds must be repaired. We shall begin with the nearby westerly shrine on the short pier. Oh, in Kugane, okay. Sorry. The cutscene, the camera pans up to the ship, the airship again, and we're back to ourselves. I can't mount. This shouldn't kill me. We found Kyokuho down here after jumping off the bridge, and he's glowing with an event glow. This is one of the shrines of which I spoke. It may not look like much, but if it were to be destroyed, the entire city would be overrun with large... Yep, that's actually what he says, okay. Large testicled raccoon dogs and flying rainbow cats. Or possibly just angry spirits. My plan is simple. If I'm correct, aspected benefic will intertwine with the barrier's geomantic energies, mending it as easily as it does flesh. We shall wait until nightfall to perform the rite, for the last thing we need is a drunken Ronin breaking your concentration. 67 capped event, go time. Too much talking. Quickly, check the shrine and tell me it's... Oh, okay. The shrine looks like it's kind of this purplish, reddish energy flowing out of it. It is worse than I thought. The speed with which these bombs... Oh, god damn it. Hold on. Okay, they're not going to survive. But my magics have intertwined, healing it. And that's it? Okay. To the next shrine. We'll find it deep in Rakusui Gardens. Sorry to my free company people, but I have not really ever attempted to separate these chat thingies. They don't generally say anything that's bad. And if they do, so be it. You're famous right now. We're just, by the way, we're running around Kugane. It's all empty because it's instanced. Do I have to talk to this thing? You know what to do. Attune with the shrine to determine the extent of the bond's damage. got 3 evil spirit ghosts. You're a Geomancer. Use your Geomancer awesomeness to kill him faster. Now, Mercy, before more are summoned. Okay. We put our hot on there. That wasn't so bad. Now step aside. I shall complete the ritual. To the eye of the storm. So do the waters flow till lasting bridges form. He probably said more. I didn't catch it. That's half. At this rate, the barrier will be at full strength before sunrise. Onward to Kugane Castle. Can you run faster? I can sprint. Can you sprint with me? Oh. We got some ghosts. Are you doing anything to attack them? You're a Geomancer. In Final Fantasy XI, well, they were mainly buffers, but they were kind of like... Wait, where am I going? The cat, like here? He's not leading the way anymore? Oh, can we go around these? Nope. Honestly, they're taking a lot of damage from my dot. They die pretty easily. Oh, he is doing something. Up? Okay. Uppies. Can outrun this. They're never gonna hit me. That's funny. 1, 2, 3. Down, down, down. Easterly Shrine. We get like a squid-looking spirit. There's no end to them. I knew the Kugane had a bloody history, but to think that this many dead still linger. Oh, don't interrupt me, you butt. Just die from my dot. I hate you. Be my eyes, friend. I must now concentrate on the anchor. From the heart of the mountain to the eye of the storm, so do the waters flow till lasting bridges form. Cool. The northerly is next. I'm gonna guess it's this way. Actually, let's go this way. Unless we're stopped. Yeah, we're stopped, yeah. We're back at the main Aetheryte. Going across this little red bridge. These bunch of little ghosts that look like balloons with tails and little blue and black wings, kind of like glowing blue and black. Blue on black. Nash. Oh. Bye. Talk to the northerly shrine. Expect the most resistance there. Ooh, we got a big ghosty thing. Away! Away, fell denizen of the dark. It doesn't hurt to try, does it? Look out! Kind of like shadow claws. It's got a shadow head up here, but then like what looks like two big eyes down on the body. Like trying to draw your attention away from what's real. We cannot breathe easy until your magics are cast. And I have completed the rite. Hurry! Deep breath, Kyokuho. You can do this. He once again recites his 3-tiered poem thingy. We did it. We repaired my great-grandfather's barrier and thwarted the golden fox. Phew. Not the golden fox. What do you mean? Cutscene, by the way. A fine display, fine indeed, though, if it were I might have used gravity instead of malefic when the foul creature had... Ah, right, I'll just be staying that tongue of mine again. Kyokuho, I was told there were spirits in the streets, says a voice I don't know yet. Rogadin, male. And you arrive just as they are vanquished. How fortunate. Yes, Master Murakumo. Mary U-R-A-K-U, Mary O. Murakumo. The bonds are mended, made whole with Western magics, and a little shoulder grease. Or was it knuckle grease, Mercy? Elbow. Western magics? Then this Asian lady is... None other, and wait till you see the reinforced bonds. The energies twist together with ours like sun and moon, like darkness and light. They are as one, Master. Then I was right to summon you home. Pardon my intrusion, traveler. I am Murakumo, second pupil of the great Kazan, and instructor to young Kyokuho. But with Kugane safe, I can now return to Ishgard to complete my training as an astrologian. Huzzah! He shakes his head. Absolutely not. While you have mended the weakened bonds for now, their ephemerality remains. Ephemerality, yeah. Unless you expect your friend here to remain in Kugane for the remainder of her life, we will need to find a more permanent solution. In other words, the bonds must be laid anew. But you know as well as I, the secret to laying those bonds died with my grandfather. Not a day goes by that I do not suffer the burden of my ineptitude. Had I shown promise in the arts as your grandfather did, perhaps Kazan would have entrusted me with the knowledge as well. But he did not, and now they are both gone. We can lament that which we cannot change, or we can put aside our past failures and seek the path which leads us forward. My master is right. Perhaps there is something in my grandfather's tomes, or perhaps I may still find a way to win over the other geomancers to our cause. There is always hope, is there not? If anything, you've given us time to search for an answer, and for that I am grateful. The city would be, as well, if they knew you had saved them from an army of angry wraiths, looking to devour their souls and defecate their bones straight to the darkest of hells. He walks out of the scene. In his haste to find a difficult answer, he looks past the simple one right before his eyes. It may take Kyokuho time to realize it, but you are the hope of which we seek. In time, you will come to see it as well. What? Teaching him more astrology? Or the use of it? Or I don't know. I am a pretty cool hope. So I don't know. The closest telepoint will be the Ruby Bazaar one right here. Although and go to the markets. And then east, and then a little bit south turn from the markets telepoint, we find Kyokuho and Murakumo. So I guess this is farewell, unless, that is, you're staying. You're staying? She's staying, Master. She's staying. Master, she's staying. What changed your mind? No, don't tell me. Knowing that you will be here with me and Master Murakumo is enough. I was beginning to worry what I would do the next time the city was invaded by Kinko's minions. The master can barely make his way out of the privy each morning, let alone battle blood-lusting specters. Now that you mention it, this all reminds me of that reading Lady Leveva conducted the morning I arrived at the observatory. Something about friendly paths lined with dangerous fruit bushes winding their way to hope. Could the stars truly have predicted all this? If so, I'm impressed. I will need to think more on the issue. Until then, might I suggest you continue the refinement of your art here in scenic Kingashi? You will find our beast just as formidable as yours in the west, if not doubly so. He's right. All of the fates I could be doing would be the proper level here. 105,000 experience points, 2994 gil. Pretty good. Damn good. And Murakumo, Kyokuho, and myself, and the Wind-Up Tarutaru, we all thank you for watching. We do so hope you enjoyed. Nope, none of that. We will see you next time. Bye-bye for now. Why are you showing your butt? Like, your backside, I guess is a better way to put that.